And you know, I usually use this reference when you go to school and you meet a bully. When you go to school first, the first thing the bully is going to do, you take your pencil. The next day you're going to take your book. The next day you're going to take your lunch or your lunch money. And if you don't stand up, you're going to end up going home without your shoes, without your clothes, and everything else. So if you just lay down and you say it's going to blow off, it's not going to blow off. It needs people to stand up and say enough is enough. And it's us. Let me tell you something. Because we, Turks and Caicos Islanders, and whoever in here that call themselves Turks and Caicos Islanders, as Ron said, work permit, whatever. Once you're in this country, you're going to be affected by what's taking place. It's going to affect you. We need to stand up and say enough is enough.
This is a stance that has become all too familiar with residents across the country. In a meeting held at the Cornelius Forbes building in 5 Cays, residents and panel guests reiterated that viewpoint while adding that it is important that all become involved in what is going on. A number of the Haitian nationals in attendance voiced their concerns about their opinions being accepted or being victimized by immigration or other government departments when joining in on the issue. Organizer Ron Higgs encouraged residents of other nationalities to not be afraid to speak their mind.
As long as you're in this country, whether you are a belonger, PRC holder, you have a work permit, okay? I believe that you have every right to speak out. Now, I respect the fact that some people might be concerned. I respect that, and I'm not going to push that. But I want them to know that Ron Higgs is saying he believes they have every right to speak up against injustice, whether the injustice that they are suffering or it's injustice that other persons are suffering, be it Dominican national, Jamaican national, Turks and Caicos Islanders. Injustice is wrong, and everybody has a godly responsibility and obligation to speak out against it. To speak out against it. Turks and Caicos Islands is not the place for us to sit down and allow, tolerate, okay, partake in injustice of any kind, of anybody, to anybody.
Panel guest Barbara Ambrister also added that it is important residents are educated on the current political process and examine whether decisions being made by the interim government will benefit all TCI residents.
And the truth is that we have to understand what the British is trying to put in place. All right? And the reason why the British is trying to put some things in place is because some of those things were absent. All right? And so let's understand that. And when we talk about educating people, let's educate people with the right knowledge. And so there are some things that must be in place. However, once these things are in place and once we can look at them objectively, we have to be able to look at them and see whether or not they are good for all of us. That's my position. I would like whatever the British is doing is for all of us.
Organizers for the event told News 4 that they plan to continue holding routine meetings throughout the community on the issue to give the general public the opportunity to speak out. For WIV4 News, I'm Jody Harvey.